Hello everyone, this is Dr.Syamala from the Department of MBA, IB, Acharya Nagarjuna University. And coming to this session, in previous class we have learned about HRD competencies. Okay, under HRD competencies, we have seen 5 segments, and the first one is about competencies of HRD staff. Okay, I have completed that, and the second one is learning attitude of line managers. Okay, in HRD competencies, this is the second concept in HRD competencies. First concept we have finished. Okay, so the first concept is regarding the competencies of HRD staff, and the second one is regarding line managers. Okay, so how line managers learn in the organization. Okay, because through learning only they can increase their competencies in the organization. Okay, so here in this session we are going to learn about what is the learning attitude of line managers in an organization. Okay, so in HRD scorecard, for this, under HR competencies, maximum 100 points have been given for this aspect. Okay, so now we are going to learn about what are the dimensions of learning in a line manager. Okay, so how line manager learns in different aspects within the environment, within the available environment. Okay, so here following are some of the dimensions that a line manager has a scope to learn in the organization. So first dimension of learning is performance planning and review discussions. Okay, so what is performance planning and review discussions? For this, points will be given. So for PMS, that is performance management system, 10 points have been given. Okay, so under performance management, so what are the indicators that we can learn, or else the line managers can learn? So what are those indicators? Depending upon these indicators, the rating will be given by the HRD auditor. Okay, so for PMS, 10 points has been given, and according to, or else the depending upon the indicators of PMS in an organization, HRD auditor will give points. Okay, rating. And coming to what would be the indicators of performance planning and review discussions means, so PMS is used as a source of learning. Okay, so what is the source of learning means seniors spend adequate time in the organization. Okay, so PMS is used to learn about oneself and one's potential. So here problems of juniors and problems of people down the line, bottlenecks, environment, or else about customers, competitors, field realities, opportunities, etc. Okay, so in every organization all these people will be involved, all the stakeholders will be involved, and how these juniors, or else the subordinates, or else the line people will learn from all these aspects, from all these stakeholders. Okay, so it promotes a lot of upward communication, and the learning part of PMS is emphasized and drive down the line. Most managers look forward to PMS. Okay, and try using it as aforementioned. Okay, here lessons from PMS are discussed and spread to each other in the organization. So seniors get to know a lot about field realities from their juniors through review sessions. Okay, why? Because senior managers, or else the senior employees, they will not go for the field work. Okay, so the persons, or else the juniors, will go for the field work, and they will know the ground reality of the organization. Okay, because they will have a communication with the outside organization. Okay, for example, with competitors, with customers, with environment. Okay, what were the opportunities in the external environment? So each and everything will be known with the juniors. Why? Because they'll go for field realities. Okay, so all these information or else learned, known by the seniors. At the same time, seniors experiences, okay, will be shared to the juniors. So this is a learning aspect. And how HR auditor will see means, do they really exchange the information or not? Do really the seniors, they will share their experiences with the juniors or not? Do really the juniors, okay, the information they have obtained from the external environment through a good communication with the outside organizational stakeholders, okay, is shared with the management or not? Okay, and the KPS and the KRAs are used as benchmarks and communication mechanisms in this PMS. Okay, why? Because key performance areas and key result areas will be looked over by the management in the organization. So they will set these key KPAs and KRAs as benchmarks. Okay, so depending upon those KPAs and KRAs, okay, learning programs will be conducted. Okay, communication will be maintained depending upon these key concept areas. Okay, the use of PMS as a source of learning is widespread, and almost everyone without exception uses it as a source of learning. Okay, so performance management system, it is very effectively used in organizations. Okay, particularly performance related to the planning and review discussions are mostly used for a source of learning. Okay, so through reviews only they will be able to know the organization's condition. Okay, and almost everyone uses this as a source of learning. If someone has not benefited to learn from PMS means it will be more an exception. Okay, so likewise it has that significance in the organization. So how HRD auditor, he will see, he will analyze, he will draw the conclusions from these people. Okay, means he will ask these line managers how they are learning in the organization in this dimension. Performance planning and review discussions, do really discussions were made, okay, by the seniors and juniors? Okay, sharing of experiences, sharing of information, sharing of opinions, okay, are in a good way, good environment in the organization or not, will be seen, and questions will be asked by the HRD auditor. Okay, so what is the methodology of assessment for this learning? Okay, so what is the methodology of assessment? Okay, so what is methodology of assessment means, through interviews. Okay, through interviews, through observation, through secondary data, okay, through questionnaire. Okay, so these are the four aspects of assessment of line managers regarding performance planning and review discussions. How line managers learn. Okay, so this is the methodology of assessment. So methodology of assessment regarding through interviews, through observation, through secondary data, through questionnaire. Okay, so through interviews means sample to be asked of line managers. A sample will be from a particular department. Okay, a sample of 10 members or a sample of 50 members will be taken and will be asked questions. Okay, interviewed questions. So what have you learned from your appraisal discussion in the last 1 year? How did the last PMS help improve your performance? What have you learned from your seniors on the basis of your PMS? What have you learned from your juniors on the basis of your PMS program? Okay, so likewise interview questions will be asked by the HRD external consultant or else HRD auditor. Okay, likewise through observation also, HRD auditor, he will observe the environment in the organization. He will assess the condition in the organization through this observation, ascertaining if the performance analysis is used by any departments to identify bottlenecks or problems and issues, and whether attempts are made to improve or not. Okay, for learning aspect regarding performance planning and review discussions. Okay, any analysis is being done in the organization or not, any issues or problems are identified or not. Okay, and also for that, any, if at all any problems were identified means, do they have taken any steps to improve those bottlenecks, to overcome those problems. Okay, so likewise this can be ascertained through observation by the HRD auditor. Okay, so through observation, through interviews, through observations. Okay, likewise secondary data. So if any secondary data is nothing but the data that we can obtained through the surveys conducted, the data, the manual reports, the records of the organization can be seen. Okay, so that is the secondary data that is checked. So here data. Okay, data, how the data is collected can be seen in the secondary data. Okay, so like data, like PMS is used in a good way to learn about the employee performances, or else any data regarding customers, regarding field realities, if at all any problems solved. Okay, the records are regarding that problems solved issues. Okay, or else accomplishments of the juniors or competitors, what is the market, product performance. Okay, regarding those aspects, if at all there is any data recorded manually or in MIS. Okay, so all this can be seen by the HRD auditor. Okay, next one is questionnaire. So question is another form of assessment. So it can be constructed and used for all line managers on the extent to which PMS is used as a learning tool. Okay, so as we studied before about questionnaire, so the designing of questionnaire will be the questions asking to the line managers regarding the construction of performance planning and a review. Okay, now this is about performance planning and review discussions and the methodology of assessment by the HRD auditor. Okay, so under learning attitude of line managers, different dimensions will be there. Under this, first dimension is performance planning and review discussions. Now coming to second dimension, what is the second dimension? Departmental meetings, in-house communications. Okay, so departmental meetings and in-house communications, how they help for the line managers in learning process. Okay, so these the indicators may be how the meetings were conducted in the organization. Okay, like daily meetings or weekly meetings, monthly meetings, annual meetings. Likewise, how the organization is conducting the meetings and how these line managers able to learn from all these meetings. Okay, so definitely departmental meetings will be a source of learning for the line managers. Okay, why? Because HODs or else the senior management gives or else passes useful information to the employees. And at the same time, another indicator we may say that employees discuss issues, okay, regarding the organization, regarding the industry, okay, and learn from each other through these discussions, okay. Likewise, from these discussions, from in these discussions, they will identify the problems, and at the same time they will try to figure out the uh, solving problems, okay. They will take decisions depending upon the information and the wisdom that is generated through these meetings, okay. Like as all departments without any exception, they will use meetings as communication and learning points, okay. In an organization we will see different departments, so each and every department will be used all these type, they will conduct all these type of meetings, and the managers, the line managers of that particular departments, they will try to learn those from those meetings. So all this will be seen or observed by the HRD auditor, okay. Do all the departments are conducting the meetings or not, okay. How is the communication in the organizations, okay. Managers seems to be always conducting the meetings and sending upward and downward communication in the organization. Internal circulars are informative and people look forward to the same, okay. Definitely organization sends certain circulars which are informative regarding the industry and the organization, and they should be properly circulate between the people in the organization or else employees in the organization, and they should be productive and informative to the employees, okay. So so that the people or the employees, they will read those circulars and assimilate those that information, okay, in the organization. So here we can say that these departmental meetings and in-house communications as indicators and a source of learning, okay. So if we study about what is in-house learning means, okay. So in-house learning or else in-house training we may call, okay. Internal training is a type of, it is a type of corporate training that involves the use of a company's own expertise and resources, that is known as the in-house training or in-house facilities, okay. These in-house communication or in-house training will be given by the organizations. So in-house means they are using the within the organizational experts, okay, and also the resources for the development of the organization, okay. So do they properly communicate within the organization regarding these meetings? So that is known as in-house communication. In-house communication is within the organization, how the communication is going on within the organization, okay. Almost likewise, the questions here, see, through observation, through interviews, through questionnaires, okay. The through questionnaires, see, through these all these aspects, the external auditor or else HRD auditor, he will see, he will observe the things regarding the departmental meetings, in-house communications, etc., okay. coming to secondary data. So what does the secondary data means? Okay, so secondary data is uh, this is seen by the HRD auditor by seeing the records of the organization. Okay, so the data collected through surveys, or else if at all any meetings held in the organization. Okay, the records of those meetings held. Okay, likewise, why? Because this PMS is used to in a good way to learn about the employee performance, about customers, or else about the, if at all any issues come over, so what are the uh, uh, solutions that the organization has found out. Okay, and any accomplishments of the juniors regarding those meetings. Okay, or else the about the product performance in the organization. Okay, likewise, all this can be seen in the meetings. So uh, those the data will be recorded regarding those meetings. Okay, and if at all there are any achievements also, those will be also recorded. Okay, so that is treated as a secondary data, and which is seen by the HRD auditor. Okay, now coming to questionnaire. So what is questionnaire? Questionnaire is a constructed form of questions regarding the performance planning and review discussions in the organizations. Okay, they may be to the questions to the line managers. Okay, to what extent this PMS program has been useful to those employees in the organization. Okay, so likewise questionnaire will be there in the organization. Likewise, are asking, do all the departments follow this performance program in the organization? Because organization consists not only HR department, other departments will be also there. So he will see that do all other departments also follow this PMS program or not in the organization. Likewise, uh, through learning will happen through PMS at voluntary level or not? Do really managers interested in these PMS program or not? Okay, likewise, performance plans are shared in the organization or not? All these will be asked in this questionnaire. Okay, uh, likewise, what are the KPAs and KRAs in the organization? How, what is the method that is followed? Okay, to assess these KPAs and KRAs regarding the performance management. Okay, likewise, the HRD auditor will see all these aspects while designing the questionnaire. Okay, so another aspect under this is departmental meetings, in-house communications. Okay, so departmental meetings and in-house communications. What does departmental meetings means, and what does in-house communication meaning? Okay, so departmental meetings are the meetings that are conducted by the organization. Okay, through these departmental meetings, line managers able to learn about new things in the organization, what is going on in the external environment regarding the industry, regarding the organization. Okay, so these meetings are very informative to the employees, okay, in the organization. So how these meetings are held in the organization: daily meetings, weekly meetings, monthly meetings, annual meetings. Okay, likewise, meetings will be held in the organization, and these meetings, they will be very helpful for the line managers, because the HODs of the departments, they will pass the information to employees, useful information to employees, and at the same time employees discuss the issues, okay, between them, and learn from each of their discussions. Okay, and they will find out, or else they will identify the problems in the department, and decisions will be taken based on the wisdom that have generated through these meetings. And at the same time, all departments without exception use meetings, communications, and learning points. Managers seem to always use the meetings to send upward and downward communications, okay, because line managers are the medium for top level management and the lower level management. So how the communication is going on, okay, so that will be through this communication only uh, the employees of the organization able to learn the things, okay, or else able to know about the new policies and procedures in the organization, like circulars, internal circulars, okay, they are informative to the employees in the organization what is going on in the organization, okay. So they definitely through these circulars, through this communication, the employees of the organization able to know, and they will read and assimilate this information within the organization, okay. So definitely, so departmental meeting and in-house communication, how well it is going on within the organization will be seen by the HRD auditor. So what is the process, okay, what is the methods of assessment? So observation, interviews, questionnaire again here, okay. So observation means he will see HRD auditor just through observation only, okay, how they are talking, how they are meeting within the organization, okay. So formal meetings or informal meetings, each and everywhere he can see, he can observe in canteens, he can observe in the workplace, okay. Likewise he can see how the learning aspect is going on in the organization within the employees or within the departments, okay. Likewise interview questions will be there. He will do interviews with the head of the departments on the departmental meetings, okay. And we have they how when they what have they learned from these meetings in the last few months, okay. Likewise different questions will be asked, because departmental meetings will be held by the HODs, and he will convey the useful information to the employees of the department. So therefore he will ask, HRD auditor will ask, what are the how many meetings have you conducted, on what concepts the meetings were conducted, okay. So how many employees involved in those meetings, okay, how frequently meetings were conducted in the organization, okay. Likewise HRD auditor will ask the, or else he will interviews the HOD, okay. Likewise questionnaire is another method. So this is administered for all line managers, okay. Questionnaire will be given to the line managers regarding the meetings, how many meetings were held in the organization, weekly meetings, daily meetings, annual meetings, monthly meetings. Likewise he will ask, and how would be the communication in the organization, upward communication, downward communication, within the in-house, how is the in-house communication, okay, formal or informal communications, okay. Likewise about the meetings, how the meetings are beneficiary to them, okay. So all these questions will be given in the questionnaire, okay. Likewise reading books. So this is what does reading books means? First of all, reading books are the indicators of these learning. Okay, so what were the indicators of reading books means? We can say that professional books, business related books, fiction, and other books which enhances the effectiveness of a manager or as a person. Okay, so reading of books gives knowledge to the employees in the organization, okay. So definitely how these books uh, be effective on the employees of the organization, not only as a manager but also as a person, okay. Likewise books include religious, spiritual, world knowledge, inspirational books, and all types of books other than those considered as undesirable as source of learning, okay. So these are the indicators of the reading books. So how well they are reading, which type of books they are reading, okay. So likewise in this dimension HRD auditor will see, so what are the books they are reading, okay. So how could the learning be effective through these books, okay. Likewise the managers in this organization have a reading culture or not, he will see, HRD auditor will see, like, is this a learning culture is there in the organization or not, or else a lot of them buy the books, okay. So the library is used extensively or not. All these will be the indicators of the reading books, because if at all there is a culture of reading books only, they can gain knowledge, they can learn. Okay, and so HR auditor, he will keenly observe the things. Okay, like there is a book budget for or professional development budget which is used for buying and learning from books. Okay, is that culture is there or not for reading books? Because if at all there is a habit of a culture of reading books, means definitely there will be a budget for this purchase of books. Okay, which is known as a book budget or professional development budget. Okay, likewise, do the organizations almost functions like an academic organizations. Most people buy and read books on professional or general knowledge on any other books, or else there is culture of sharing good books read by some of the managers. Okay, there are book review presentations and summaries presented through in-house magazines. Okay, as I said before, there will be in-house communication. Likewise, the reading of books, the knowledge acquired by reading all these books, if at all there is a habit or else a culture in the organization, like book review presentations, summaries presentations. Okay, through in-house magazines, means within the organization through in-house communications. Okay, so all these can be observed or else seen by the HRD auditor. Okay, so because this is also an dimension of learning. Okay, through this reading books, the line managers, they can learn. Okay, so how this reading books dimension can be seen means through interviews. Assessing of this reading books means through interviews, through questionnaire, through secondary data analysis, and through finally observation. Okay, so through interviews means line managers. Okay, line managers will be interviewed by the HRD auditor. Okay, why? Because to ascertain their reading habits. Okay, and at the same time the encourage how the organizations are encouraging, okay, the employees in case of reading. Okay, and what if at all there are any facilities provided by the organization for the employees. Okay, like library, like book budget. Okay, likewise, so certain questions will be asked by the HRD auditor to the line managers. Coming to questionnaire, so common questionnaire to measure this source. Definitely there will be a questionnaire regarding the books, about the books, the reading of books, regarding the libraries, regarding the book budgeting, regarding the presentations of in-house magazines. Okay, likewise, another one is secondary data analysis. So policies of organization to encourage purchase of books, data from finance department to examine the expenditure on books and periodicals, library budget, etc. So secondary data is nothing but the recorded manual records or MIS records in the organization regarding the purchase of books. Okay, or else if at all there is any library, or else finance department uh, giving budget regarding the purchase of books, or else expenditure on books. Okay, likewise any periodicals are there or not, about a library budget. Okay, all this will be considered as secondary data. Okay, for the HRD auditor. Coming to observation, so through observation, if at all there is a library, means definitely there is a habit of reading in the employees. So through observation and other reading facilities, if at all there is availability of any reading facilities to the employees and they're used by line managers, number of visitors to library, if at all there is library, how many people are visiting to the library frequently. Okay, or else borrowing any pattern of kind of books borrowed. Okay, if at all they are borrowing books, means which type of books they are borrowing, which type of books they are reading. So all these can be done through observation. Okay, so about reading books. Then coming to internet, so how the internet is used means, how do organizations provide internet within the organization. Okay, so on what basis, or else what would be the indicators of use of internet as a source of learning? Because through internet we can learn so much. Okay, so do the organizations providing this internet to the employees of the organization? Okay, do employees use this for learning purpose? Okay, likewise, so almost everyone has access to the internet, and almost everyone uses this internet extensively for getting business related information and functional updating of the competencies of managers also. Okay, likewise, internet is used to network, benchmark, and keep oneself updated with the latest knowledge in technology, markets, business, competitors, etc. Okay, likewise, and what and so all these will be the indicators of the internet, availability of internet and the usage of the internet. Okay, and if we see how HRD auditor will assess the internet dimension means through observation, okay, through interviews, through questionnaire. Okay, so through observation means uh, how accessibility of internet, okay, and how it is being used by the line managers. Okay, or else check if all provided access access in their rooms or outside, or else if it is restricted, do all people have the access or not, do the organization has the culture of facilitating the internet or not, has organization promoted the same thing, or else for IT professionals examining the restrictions placed and what are the facilities that are offered to the IT professionals. Okay, so through observation only the HRD auditor can analyze, can assess the dimension of the internet. And coming to interviews, so to ascertain how widespread is internet and how in-depth is the use means, what is the policy, organization's policy on the internet, is there time provided for using the same as a policy, at least for critical departments like R&D, okay, IE, finance, HR, library, etc. So different questions will be asked by the HRD auditor to line managers regarding all these issues. Okay, finally questionnaire. So questionnaire will be a standard questionnaire covering all line managers means definitely in a questionnaire regarding all these aspects under learning question under learning only, this internet regarding questions regarding of internet will be asked. Okay, to line managers. And coming to project reports, okay, project reports including consultancy reports, diagnostic studies, etc. So project reports through the learning aspect can be enhanced, okay, through these project reports also. Okay, consultancy reports, diagnostic studies. So diagnostic studies are identifying the problem and then coming to a conclusion regarding to solve that particular problem. Okay, so all these will be helpful for the effectiveness of learning of employees or else the line managers. Okay, so do the company encourages the line managers, okay, uh, regarding these project reports, providing project reports to the employees, giving some consultancy reports to the employees. Okay, so why? Because by studying those reports they will be able to learn the new things, how to tackle the problems if at all any problems arise means. Okay, likewise, how organizations are encouraging them, okay, how they are facilitating the line managers in the organizations by providing these reports. So all can be seen by the HRD auditor. So what is the assessment means? Through observation, through secondary data, through questionnaire. Okay, so observation means definitely what are the reports that are available, he will assess the reports. If at all there are reports means definitely there is a culture of uh, passing the information to employees regarding the reports regarding the diagnostic studies in the organization, previous problems. Okay, likewise secondary data is nothing but the consultancy reports or project reports or diagnostic studies. Okay, how a company is encouraging, okay, all the reports are widely shared in the organization or not. If at all shared means there will be a data to which departments data is shared, to how many employees data is shared. Okay, so how effective is that sharing of reports. Okay, is there any policy regarding this maintaining of this secondary data? Okay, how many reports have been till now shared? Okay, all this will be collected in the secondary data. Coming to questionnaire for line managers, ascertaining how much this is encouraged and used, these questions will be asked. Okay, so definitely, because project reports, it will give knowledge to the line managers. Okay, so HRD auditor, he will ask the line managers, okay, how companies or organizations are encouraging them in this aspect. Okay, do they really encourage the line managers in the organization regarding diagnostic studies or project reports or not? Okay, so all these aspects will be covered by the HRD auditor. Okay, now coming to another dimension. Okay, so what is this? Outside visitors and others. Okay, so outside visitors and others. So under outside visitors and others, what can be learned by the line managers? Okay, so every organization invite outside people. Okay, like subject experts, to share their experiences with the employees in the organization. Why? Because it enhances the knowledge of the employees regarding the current aspects in the industry, the current aspects in the organization, what is going on the external environment. So the new, if at all there are any new updates, they will try to learn from those experts. So do the organizations invite outsiders or not? Okay, so how outside visitors are taken into the organization, how they are invited. Okay, likewise, how outside visitors, okay, how they will handle the people in the organization, what information they will be they will give to the people, employees in the organizations. Okay, so likewise, do they conduct any seminars? Likewise, outside visitors, by conducting these conferences or seminars also, information will be gained, knowledge will be gained by the employees. So therefore, how outside visitors and others will impact the learning attitude of the employees in the organization. So this will be assessed through observation, through interviews, and through secondary data. Okay, so observation means observe how auditors' visit has been used by the company. Observe how their visitors are being handled, how the people are concerned towards the visitors. Okay, are they interested to interact with the visitors or not? Okay, how committed towards these seminars and conferences by the employees of the organization, and what is the information that is given by the visitors to the employees. Okay, are there any meetings specially designed to learn from the visitors? Okay, luncheon meetings, specially arranged seminars, or else indicate this habit of learning from visitors. Okay, so they will observe all the things. Okay, now coming to interviews. So interviews means with line managers to ascertain how visitors are being handled, how much have they learned from the visitors. Definitely, line managers will be asked by the HRD auditor. So if at all they are inviting the visitors, outside visitors to the organization, so what is the information that are they gaining from those visitors? Okay, how much they have learned from the visitors, on what topics, on what issues they have learned. Okay, likewise, certain questions will be asked by the HRD auditor. Now coming to secondary data. So what is secondary data? Secondary data is nothing but the notice boards, files of circulars, PRO supplied data on the visitors, training centers data on visitors, etc. So through visitors data, through training centers data, okay, through circulars, through notice boards, we can find out the importance of outside visitors, how many visitors have been visiting to the organization, all can be known by the HRD auditor. Now coming to seventh dimension, it is each other through presentations, discussions, meetings, etc. So learning attitude can be enhanced through presentations, through discussions, through meetings. Okay, so how means by exchanging the information within between the people in the organization. Okay, exchange of information each other. Likewise, the learning aspect can be enhanced within the organization. So what is the assessment means here? Interviews, observation. So interviews means he will ask the line managers about the learning culture prevailing in the organization, how much line managers learned from his colleagues in the recent past. Okay, so what is that information? How frequently they will communicate with other people in the organization, on what concepts they will exchange their information. Okay, so what are the presentations, recent presentations. Okay, likewise, what are the recent meetings? All will be interviewed by the HRD auditor to the line manager. Now coming to observation. Okay, so what is observation? Through open space meetings, if at all there are any meetings conducted, or else if at all there are any opportunities that are provided for conducting meetings. So like opportunities means like giving any committee rooms to conduct meetings. Okay, or else if at all any seminars conducted. Okay, likewise, he will observe the things in the organization regarding the discussions. Okay, regarding presentations, regarding meetings in the organization. Next, coming to eighth aspect, newspapers and magazines of the business. So newspapers and magazines of business means, so as outsiders, outside visitors give knowledge, other aspects give knowledge, newspapers and magazines of business related aspects also gives um, knowledge to the line managers in the organizations. They can enhance their learning attitude through newspapers and magazines. So how is the assessment means? Through observations, through interviews, through questionnaire. Okay, so observations means how can HRD auditor can observe, can conclude means through, if at all there is library, if at all there is a reading room, means definitely there is a culture of reading newspapers and magazines in the organization. Okay, so by observing the library, by observing the reading rooms, by observing the tables of line managers, because if at all they are having a habit of reading the newspaper or magazines means definitely on their table there will be papers or magazines. Okay, likewise, they will see, he will see if at all there is any reception and entrance for these magazines, newspapers of businesses, etc. Okay, and coming to interviews, so ask questions on subscriptions to newspapers and magazines. If at all recently, if the organizations have subscribed for any newspapers or subscribed for any magazines relating to business. Okay, likewise, what type of items or else what type of concepts they are going to read, all these will be known by the HRD auditor. Okay, so he also sees that what were the newspapers they are following. Why? Because organizations should follow the business related newspapers like Financial Express, Economic Times, Business Today, Business World. Okay, Business India. Likewise, different aspects will be covered under these newspapers and magazines. So to what extent this organization is subscribed to all these newspapers. Okay, likewise, questionnaire is a standard questionnaire, means obviously there will be a questionnaire, standard questionnaire for newspapers and magazines edition. Okay, so those questions will be asked in the questionnaire. Next, coming to ninth aspect, functional journals and other literature. So functional journals and other literature are the that are which are related to the industry and organization. Okay, so frequently updated news regarding the industry will be seen in the functional journals. Okay, and at the same time other literature is out of the box of the industry. Okay, so likewise, these functional journals and other literature also enhances the uh, a learning attitude of the line managers. because not only as a manager they will enhance their effectiveness of learning, but also personally they will enhance their learning attitude. Okay, so in that way, how functional journals and other literatures are useful to the line managers will be assessed through observation, through interviews, through questionnaire by the HRD auditor. Now coming to observation means definitely library reading rooms, as I said before, tables of line managers to check access of professional journals and magazines, existence of any forums regarding marketing, PR, etc. Okay, any circulars, observe journals in the rooms of senior managers. Is there any borrowing pattern and discussion culture, if at all, there in the department? Okay, likewise, through observation, HR auditor will conclude. And coming to interviews, ask questions on subscriptions because they are related to the journals and literature, means definitely there should be a subscription. So he will ask questions regarding subscription of those journals and magazines. Okay, and he will notice the line managers check their knowledge obtained through the journals and what is done to use the knowledge. Okay, likewise interview the library staff to ascertain the same. And coming to questionnaire will be a standard questionnaire. And coming to secondary data, so the how the data is collected means by seeing the expenditure claimed or allocated for professional journals and development activities by the company, and a library data on the spent amount or amount allocated for journals and professional literature. Definitely, if at all they are following the subscribing these journals and magazines, means definitely there will be a book budget. Okay, so by observing or by collecting the data regarding the book budget also, HRD auditor can analyze the preferences that is given by the organization to journals and the literature. Okay, coming to 10th aspect, training programs, in-house programs and seminars. Definitely training programs and developmental programs will enhance the learning attitude of the employees in the organization. Okay, so those are known as the in-house programs and seminars. So in-house programs and seminars are nothing but the seminars or the conferences that are conducted by the organizations within the organization for the upliftment or else the enhancement of the effectiveness of the employees in the organization. Okay, so definitely this training program will enhance the learning attitude of the employees. So here what is the assessment means? Secondary data. Okay, observation, interviews, questionnaire. Secondary data is the data that is collected within the organization, which will be in the form of the records. Okay, so here secondary data means take from training audit, training records, implementation of seminars, training follow-up records if any maintained by HR, training implementation reports of any line managers attending programs. Okay, so all these can be treated as the secondary data regarding the training programs, because if at all there are training any training held within the organization, means definitely there will be records maintaining about a training. Okay, so definitely the persons who coming to observation. So observation means observing the seminars or training programs in action. Okay, so which are going on while auditing is done. So if at all there are any seminars, means he will observe how they are going to conduct the seminars or what are the training programs that are going on. Okay, and coming to interviews. So interviews means the current trainees, how what were the who are the new entrants. Okay, who just completed the training programs, or else interviewing the line managers to ascertain the nature of in-house programs offered, to ascertain, okay, the to what extent to which they are useful, how training and development programs are useful to them, what is the implementation of the training programs, how they are implementing, what is the support of management, top level management to the employees. So certain type of questions will be asked by the HRD auditor. Okay, to the new entrants or to the new trainees or else the existing line managers. Okay, coming to questionnaire. So questionnaire, as usual, it is a standard questionnaire. Okay, so these are the 10 dimensions that were there in the another one is there. 11th one, training programs, outside programs. Okay, so before we have seen inside training programs, and now it is about the outside programs. So outside programs are nothing but or any organization, they will send their employees for learning purpose, okay, to outside the organization to learn, like sending for conferences, sending for seminars, sending for workshops. Okay, why? Because they will learn the new aspects in their work environment. Okay, for likewise the HR auditor, he will see that is there any training program that is given by the organization to the employees, which is known as the outside programs, training programs. Okay, so under this, he will assess by seeing secondary data, by observation, by interviews, and by questionnaire. So these are the four assessment methods that will be done by the HRD auditor. Okay, so coming to secondary data. So what is secondary data? Take from training audit, training records, implementation of the seminars, training follow-up records, if any, mentioned by the HR, training implementation reports of any line managers, attitude programs, attending programs, etc. Okay, so this is about the secondary data. Means definitely they will know about how many people went further outside training programs. The records will be maintained, how many employees have been went for training. Okay, what is the concept, went for conferences or seminars. Okay, likewise how is the implementation. All these aspects will be seen through the training and implementation records and reports. Okay, and coming to observations, so how HRD auditor observes means, so he will observe if at all any seminars or training programs were conducting, means when HR audit is going on, he will observe how they are sending their employees to outside conferences or workshops or seminars, on what basis they are sending. Okay, likewise he will analyze, he will assess the organization. And coming to interviews, so interviews are the current, he will interview the current trainees as well as the new entrants as well as the existing line managers in the organization. He will ascertain how in-house programs are going to be conducted. Do they how he will ascertain to what extent they are useful, these training programs are useful to them. Okay, and how the management is supporting to the employees regarding these in-house and out-house programs. Okay, and coming to questionnaire will be a standard questionnaire regarding the training aspects. Okay, likewise another dimension is seminars and mentors from inside the company or outside. Okay, sorry, seniors and mentors from inside the company or outside the company. Okay, so line managers, they will learn different aspects, not only from these journals, magazines, books. Okay, and from training programs, but by outside visitors also, but also seniors and the mentors from inside the company or outside the company. Okay, definitely uh, the organization invites seniors and mentors from outside the organization also. So those people will be very helpful to give or to share certain information regarding the industry and organization, the new updates in the industry, okay, to the employees in the organization. So definitely the information that is given by the seniors and mentors, their experiences will be helpful to learn the new aspects in the industry by the line managers. Okay, so here the seniors and mentors may be within the company or they may be invited from outside the organization also. So here assessment, how would be the assessment means, Secondary data, interviews and observation and questionnaire. Okay, so secondary data means it is again the data is collected through the records that were available in the organization regarding the seniors, regarding the mentors visiting, okay, visiting to the organization. So definitely if they invite the seniors or the mentors from outside the organization, means definitely there will be a record who is the person that is coming, from which field they are coming, okay, from where they are coming, okay. Likewise, what are the commitments that our organization that the organization is going to give that to those outside seniors and mentors. So all this will be recorded in their books, okay. Like definitely this will be considered as a data, okay. Likewise, if at all there are any circulars regarding those people, okay, circulars in the organizations regarding those data of mentoring, coaching, okay, likewise any other interventions in the organization, etc. Coming to interviews, so interviews of the newcomers, and also uh, interviews of mentors on how the program is going on and what concrete benefits they have observed by these seniors and mentors will be questioned by the HRD auditor, okay. So he will ask the employees in the organization about the seniors, okay, their or else the mentors, they what information they have given, what information they gained, okay. And at the same time, do these programs are helpful for their learning aspects, okay. Do they give concrete benefits to the people and to the employees, okay. All these questions will be interviewed by the HRD auditor, okay, to the line managers. And coming to observation, so observation means if any mentoring or coaching sessions are going on, means he will see how well they are taken and how well they are used by the employees in the organization, how well they are going to be conducted, how well they are going to be implemented in the organization. Coming to questionnaire, it is a standard questionnaire. And the other one is mistakes. So mistakes, through mistakes also learning can be enhanced in the organization. So the point is here, how the mistakes are considered by the organization. So do mistakes are not taken seriously by the organization, or else if at all any punishments were given by the organization to the employees regarding those mistakes. So all these can be analyzed by the HRD auditor. So here, coming to mistakes, how do they assessments? Through interviews and through secondary data. So interviews means interview the line managers to ascertain how mistakes are treated and seek illustrations of what has been learned from mistakes and how the learnings has been disseminated, okay, how the learning is shared between the employees in the organization, okay. All these can be questions can be asked by the HRD auditor. Next, coming to secondary data. So secondary data is nothing but the circulars, case studies and internal notings or communications on learning from mistakes made and lessons learned. So definitely if at all there are any mistakes regarding those, a record will be maintained. So by seeing those data also, an assessment can be done by the HRD auditor, okay. So coming to last one, other sources. So other sources are nothing but other than the training, other than the meetings, other than the visitors, outside visitors, okay, other than the books, magazines, okay, other learning options, if at all there are in the organizations, means. So regarding those also, the HRD auditor, he will verify other learning aspects, other learning resources. He will assess what are the other learning resources in the organization, okay. And coming to the rating of all these aspects, the above given 14 aspects, how above 14 aspects were going to be given, how they are going to be rated from 5 points to 0 points, okay. 5 is nothing but the high level or else effective one. Coming to zero means there is no initiative or existence of learning process. Okay, so that is the methods of assessment. Coming to fifth of point 5. So point 5 means it is highly effective, highly efficient. Okay, all line managers use this. All the line managers use this source very well and effectively, and it is widespread. So if at all this is in practice means definitely 5 points will be given. Okay, or else if at all most line managers use this source most of the time or quite effectively means 4 points will be given. Or else some of line managers, all line managers will not use this learning aspectives. Only some of the line managers will use means 3 points will be given. Or else only some of the managers, line managers, countable managers use this resources means 2 points will be given. Or else line managers do not use this source that effectively, very rarely they use means 1 point will be given. Or else if at all there is no existence of this reading facility, learning facility means then 0 points will be given. Okay, and coming to the last one. Okay, so what is this sources of learning, how the points will be given to all these aspects. Okay, so one is performance, first one is performance management, particularly performance planning and review discussions. Okay, for this 5 points, 4 points, 3 points. Okay, 2 points, 1 point, 0 point. If at all in this aspect, in this performance management, particularly related to performance planning and review discussions are going well, PMS program is going well means 5 points will be given here. Okay, or else if it is a PMS program is mostly used means 4 points will be given. Only some of them used means 3 points will be given. Okay, likewise if at all there is no usage of this PMS program means 0 points will be given. So under learning attitude of line managers, so on the rating will be given depending upon these indicators. Okay, how effectively they are used in the organization, depending upon the effectiveness of the indicators, the rating will be given. Okay, if now coming to second one is departmental meetings, in-house communications. Okay, so how departmental meetings are conducted in the organization, how in-house communication is going on within the organization, so rating will be given. So how frequently or else daily departmental meetings are conducting, daily in-house communication is going on means definitely 5 points will be given. Or else mostly conducting departmental meetings means 4 points will be given. Not at all departmental meetings were conducted, no in-house communication is there means 0 points will be given. So likewise reading books. Okay, for reading books also the same ways, how effectively they are used. So if highly effectively used means 5 points will be given, or else 0 points will be given. Likewise coming to another one, internet. Okay, so next internet, after reading books, internet, after internet project reports including consultancy reports and diagnostic studies, after that outside visitors and others. So how frequently they are inviting the visitors, so depending upon that the rating will be given. Likewise presentations, discussions, meetings. Another one, newspapers, magazines of business, how frequently they are going to be used, how effectively they are using. Likewise functional journals and other literatures, training programs, in-house programs, seminars, training programs, outside programs, seminars, sorry, seniors and mentors from inside the company and outside the company, mistakes, other sources. Okay, so for all these aspects rating will be given. Okay, and the questionnaire will be like this. Okay, so these are all the aspects regarding the learning attitudes of line managers. Okay.